Hey folks, John Phillips. I've got a little news for you today. We're entering a crazy world with AI, I know some of us are enjoying using ChatGPT to think for us, and different apps to make life and our careers easier. But there's some stuff going on that you just need to be made aware of. And I know we've all dealt with kind of two layers of calls. One, like outsourced labor, so people in a foreign country, serving as consumer reps, customer service reps, but that's all being now kind of reprogrammed to be AI. And one thing we've seen is we have a contract with a certain company, and we've had a human, and we'll call this human Sally, right? And Sally's been our representative for quite some time. If we have an issue, we call Sally. If we need to email Sally, we email Sally. Sally responds to us. And my understanding is, in this instance, Sally had a contract with her employer that allowed her work to be recorded. Okay, so her phone calls could be recorded, her emails could be saved, and Sally was put into a computer, right? All of Sally's data, and now Sally is AI. So Sally's been fired, human Sally, and Sally AI has taken over for Sally. And frankly, in our experience, some of Sally AI is better than Sally human, right? Because you don't deal with some of the frailties and sick days and all of that of a human. But I just want Sally human back, because I want to correspond with somebody that's actually Sally, not codename Sally, right? Does that make sense? And so what we're seeing in the legal sphere with these big, huge, mega law firms is the same thing. So you might have had a paralegal or case manager on your case. Some are signing agreements saying, yeah, you can record everything I do. And so as you're talking to your lawyer and you're talking to your paralegal, there's going to be, either background monitoring of your conversations, which could frankly be stolen, or all of your notes are being, summarized. All of your conversations are being summarized. So instead of a person generating, I had a call with my client today. It was a great call. They're a little frustrated about the lack of communication. Instead, you have this conversation with a human. The notes are auto-generated. The background processes are learning, what your communications were with, Mike, your paralegal. And Mike, meanwhile, is doing his best to do the job, but Mike has signed an agreement that Mike's data will be able to be used. Mike's voice can be used. And so you're going to have Mike 2.0 as AI, and he'll always be available, but he's no longer human. And I'm worried about that. I'm worried about that as a lawyer. AI has been known to truly mess up things in the field of the law. AI is subject to all sorts of technological issues and viruses and theft, frankly. All the data that's stored on a computer can frankly be stolen or subpoenaed. You can't subpoena a human brain, right? Makes sense? So, as you're picking a lawyer, find a human. Like, this is me. Like, I can cut myself and I will bleed. You'll never have AI John Phillips that's going to try to help you with your case. I'd love to be able to clone myself and be able to spend more time, fishing with my kids or whatever. But I'm here at the office every day, helping you guys, and you guys help me. This is what I love to do. Besides spend time with my family, and so you're not going to catch me on the golf course where, you have AI John taking care of my calls. You're going to see me. You're going to talk to me. But just realize that in your daily life, whether it's your mortgage company, whether it's your, phone, service provider, your mortgage, whatever it is, oftentimes employees are being asked essentially to sign over some of their rights to their voice, to their communication process, to their brain power. And I bet many of you have been switched, just like somebody switched Sally on us. And, somewhere there's a corporation saying, well, why would I pay Sally, the real Sally, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year when I can automate Sally based upon all the data of the years she's worked for us? She's signed off on it, and I just need one manager of 3 or 4 Sallys, and that's $200,000 more profit or whatever the math works out to be for the company. And often I don't even have to tell my client that Sally, flesh and blood Sally, is now working for my competitor or on the unemployment line, because AI Sally isn't going to answer that question, and neither is the supervisor, because we've asked and they've told us we can't disclose private data and employee retention data. So look out, folks, particularly in the field of law where you're hiring somebody to be compassionate and sympathetic and empathetic to your problems. And guess what? You might find yourself with a computer. Don't do that. Hire a lawyer that's board certified, that knows your area of law, that cares about your case, cares about you. We'd always love for you to hire us, 904-444-4444, right here in Jacksonville, Florida. Nationally, you can reach us at 800-LITIGATE. I'm licensed in 8 states. I'm here for you guys however I can help. Be careful out there. It's becoming a crazy world.